Hi there. So I had a request video on how to season a cast iron pan. Now, cast iron pans are very durable, and if you do the little maintenance that's required of these pans, they can last you a lifetime. Matter of fact, you could be handing this off to your kids and your kids' kids. By maintenance, what I mean is all you're going to want to do is season the pan every so often, especially if you have to. This is very controversial. Some people say you never wash your cast iron pan. Some people say, it's okay to wash. I have even heard one person say that they put it in the dishwasher. Now, myself, dishwasher excluded. I do wash the pan if it needs it. But otherwise, by putting on a coating of oil and seasoning the pan, you're creating a non-stick surface. And with that non-stick surface, most foods won't stick to the pan other than just a light scrubbing with water. And that's fine. After you apply the water, you're going to want to, of course, make sure it's thoroughly dry by heating it up on your stovetop. Once the pan's thoroughly dry, you'll add a coat of, as far as a quick maintenance, you'll just add a quick coat of oil, let it heat up to the smoke point, and turn it off, and you're done. Now, every so often, though, you're going to want to do a major seasoning. And this is like when you buy the pan first. Some companies will pre-season it, like Lodge will pre-season the pans at the factory. It's just a light spray of vegetable oil. They run it through the mill, and boom, it's done. However, they're still expecting you to season your pan when you get it home. So the easiest thing to do, and I'll show you the steps, is just like this. All right, so first off, what we're going to do here is we are going to bake at 450 degrees. 450 degrees is my setting because the oil that I use, basically, that's its smoke point. Now, you can use all sorts of types of oils when it comes to seasoning your pan. You can Google and you'll find, a plethora of information on, some people use flaxseed, some people use grapeseed, some people use coconut oil. Myself, not because I'm cheap, it's just that it makes sense. Flaxseed oil is very expensive for the small amount you get. It's flavor neutral. You want a flavor neutral oil for one thing. You don't want to cook the oil into your pan and have a flavor that it would impart. Like, say, olive oil. If you use olive oil, it can actually give a flavor off into your pan. So what I just use is good old-fashioned vegetable oil. It's cheap, it has a high smoke point, and for the purpose of just seasoning the pan, it does a great job. Okay, so the first thing you want to do here is go ahead and take off your silicone grabber there. And we're just going to put, I don't know, about a tablespoon worth of oil in there. Oop, that's a little bit more. That's all right. A little bit of oil goes a long way. Just using some paper towel here. I am going to smear this around all over all the edges here, and you can even do the outside if you want. That'll just help protect it from rusting. The handle, I am going to go ahead and go grab the outside here, flip it over here, and just give the outside a nice coating. The object is I just want a nice coat. I don't want it dripping wet. I accidentally poured a little bit too much oil in there, but that's okay. I'm gonna get it up here right now. Okay, so that is the first part. Getting that all nice and oiled up. Okay, so now that the pan and the oven are ready, I went ahead and placed the pan upside down in the oven on the middle rack with the sheet pan underneath to prevent any oils from dropping down onto the burners. And after you do that, you're going to set your timer for 30 minutes. You set your timer for 30 minutes. That way, in 30 minutes, you're going to pull it out, and you're going to make sure that you use an oven mitt, because that pan is going to be very, very hot. Do not burn yourself. Make sure you remember, grab the pan out with the oven mitt. I've had the displeasure of being in a rush and grabbing a hot stainless steel pan out of the oven, and that was a nice instant sear. So use your mitt. Okay, then now that our timer has gone off, I'm going to go ahead and grab the pan out of the oven. Now, like I said, be very, very careful. It's extremely hot. What we're going to do here, we're just going to add another coat of oil. It's just a little bigger. Not like last time. Using the same paper towel, I'm going to give it a nice coat again. If you need to hold on to it, make sure you use your oven mitt. Alright. Another coat of oil is put on there. And like I say, you don't want it too wet. You don't want it dripping. You just want a nice thin coat of oil on there. Okay, now that I got the oil on there, I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the pan, and I'm going to put the pan back in the oven. Here we go. And I'm going to set my timer again for another 30 minutes. Alright, I'll see you then. Alright, 30 minutes have passed. So let's go ahead and pull the pan out of the oven again. And just like before, be very careful. A little drop of oil in there. Oop, a little bit too much, but that's alright. A little bit goes a long way. And then once again, I'm going to use my oven mitt to make sure I don't burn myself. Spread that oil around. Spread it all over the nice surfaces here. Okay. I am going to get another paper towel. Get a little bit of that excess out of there. All right, let's get that excess out of there. There we go. You can already start to feel that it's starting to smooth up. And that's basically what we want. Okay. So, just like before, I'm going to put it in the oven. Upside down. We're going to set the timer once again for 30 minutes. Let's see here. Timer. And there we go. Okay. Another 30 minutes have gone by. The last time. So now we're going to pull the pan out. And I'm just going to touch it up with one final coat here. Very, very light. Just a little bit. I'm just going to polish out all the stuff. You're going to notice that there's going to be a little bit of gunk. That's just oil that has dripped down from the pan as it was forming its sheen here. But for the most part, what we're worried about is what was going on the inside here. And I can tell you right now, it is looking beautiful. Okay, so at this point, you go ahead, turn off the oven, and we're just going to let it sit here and cool off. You don't want to handle it, but it's going to cool off and form a nice patina, which is basically the oil coating on the inside here. Once that's done, feel free to cook on it, and you could probably, like say, wash it with water if it gets really bad and gunky. If you have to, hey, you know, you're your own person, so use soap and water. But just after that, give it another coating. And as far as, like I say, as far as like the quick coating, it would be just a matter of turning on the burner and putting a light coat of oil in here as far as like an upkeep on it, and then just bring it up to like the medium-high heat, give it some time to heat up, put some oil in there, and then let it come to the right point where it starts to smoke. And you can do that once or twice, and that'll be just a nice maintenance upkeep for the pan. So that, in a nutshell, is how you season your cast iron pan. You do that every so often. I do it maybe once a month, depending on how much I'm using it, and it'll last you a lifetime. You can do this with other cast iron products. Things like the cast iron ceramic coating items, you don't have to really worry about. But otherwise, yeah, it'll last me forever, and it's a great pan for cooking. You'll see me use it quite a bit in my upcoming videos. I do need to make a quick stop here and apologize for the audio. I do have a microphone on its way. That way I don't have to talk at a loud voice to have my camera pick this up. So like I said, my video expertise is still an ongoing process. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, click the bell notifications if you want to get updated whenever there's more videos, and I will see you soon.